Hello, everybody. Good morning. My name is Ricardo Cabrera, and I am here with the Latino Chamber of Commerce of Boulder County. Today, we are going to chat with Guillermo Estrada, and Guillermo is the program coordinator for Cultural Brokers and Resiliency Program of Boulder County. So, Guillermo, welcome. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Good morning, and thanks for inviting me. So a little bit about myself, what can I say? I am from Puerto Rico, born and raised, and I've been here in Boulder County about 7 to 8 years now. I came here to continue my studies, doing a master's degree, and then I just decided to stay for the company, for the community, and it is a lovely place to be.
It is. I agree. Boulder County, Boulder, Longmont, Lafayette. They're all my favorite places. And
Exactly.
I hear that you're about to graduate from the what is it? The Boulder Chambers Fellowship Program. Is that correct?
Yes, yes. So the fellowship program is a great program to connect, to have more resources, to ultimately expand your networks, to help the community in a more efficient way. We have lots of programs and um, access to opportunities in that leadership training.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. It's a year long, and I do hear wonderful things. So good for you.
Thank you.
Guillermo, tell me a little bit about your program, Cultural Brokers Resiliency, and I understand it's a part of the CAP, right? The CAP program from Boulder County.
Yes, so we have under CAP, we have three different programs. The Pro program is a leadership program that develops you in many different ways to serve in boards and commissions, to be civically engaged. We also have a PI program, Personal Investment Program, which is a program for people to develop financial skills. And then my third program, my program, which is a third one, is the Cultural Brokers Program, where we provide opportunities for resource sharing, referrals, support networks, professional development, and we also do tracking of the work of cultural brokers in the area.
Right now, the CAP program, it's great. I mean, your program being one of the three, it's great because as far as I understand, it's designed to empower, educate, and help elevate the culturally diverse community and the low resource community, and to help the wealth and knowledge gap of all of these groups that need this help. And it's a wonderful thing. So, Guillermo, tell me a little bit specifically then about your cultural resiliency program and the projects that you're doing with that.
So before I do that, just in case anybody don't really understand what cultural brokers are,
Yes, thank
um,
you.
I would say that we need to look at cultural brokers in a different context, in different contexts. Contexts. From an international perspective, we see that cultural brokers are, um, a homogenous culture. They are people that engage in fine arts, festivals, overall community building. What we see, sorry, what we see in the national perspective, cultural brokers are more case managers, mediators. But what we see in Boulder County, it's a mixture of both. We have people that do cultural promotion, but also case management, crisis mitigation, and all these other areas. So the definition of cultural brokers in Boulder County is that cultural brokers are community partners. They work beyond their institutions with networks that connect throughout the region, outside Boulder County, state level, international level, because they have to be connected with that cultural competent lens, where they can
Mhm.
serve the communities in a very efficient way and meet them where they are.
Well, that's great. So if I understand it or how I hear it is that the cultural brokers are people. It's all of us, and it's both the people in power right? The trusted people that should understand how these cultural differences work and interact in the work and in the everyday environment, as well as ourselves being uh, the minority, if you will, to understand how we fit in and how we can help others understand and bridge this, knowledge gap or cultural gaps. That's how I see it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, there are cultural brokers in power. There are cultural brokers that what we identified as formal or informal or
Uh-huh.
unrecognized cultural brokers.
Yes.
And is that is a specific skill that they bring to the table. Being able to navigate resources, do referrals, do advocacy as well, because they understand two different worlds.
Mhm.
And they do play that role of connecting and mediating to reduce conflict and produce positive change in their communities.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you. That's great. I'm glad you're the professional and expert at that because you can explain it so much better than me. So then tell me about the projects that specific projects that you're running with your program.
Yeah, so sorry, let me get a little bit of
Take a
water.
moment, have some water.
So the Cultural Brokers Resilience Program has three main projects or three different buckets. The first one being the SUMA project, which is the one that do a lot of helps with resource navigation, promotion of resources, and we're sort of the cheerleader for existing efforts of communication and research and resources for the community. So the institutions might have the resources but not have the relationship with the community members. Community members might not know what the resources are, what resources are available for them, and and that's sort of like the issue that we've seen. So we jump in to support existing efforts of outreach and sort of being that cheerleader of saying like, hey, remember you have this or have these other resources to help you. We know that the community, the Latino community is very hardworking, but we also want to make sure that they have equitable access to the resources available for them.
So you mean like banking services or food services or medical insurance services and all the other services that are out there, but we don't know they're out there.
Exactly. So a lot of information has been put out there, but people don't know where to look at. There's too many things going on.
Mm-hmm.
So SUMA, instead of being a centralized point, I call it a meeting point where all the networks do what they keep on doing, but we come together to share that information, channel it, and distribute it to the community in a way that serves them uh, and meet them where they are. A concrete example is that with the help of the Latino Chamber and other community partners, we developed this resource catalog of 210 resources available for the undocumented immigrant community. So we were very specific on trying to serve the Spanish-speaking community, looking at the resources, vet them, and do this program or this project in response to COVID, so people could have access to accurate information.
Very nice. I've been helping you with that. It's impressive. And just to clarify, the initial intention was for undocumented, but this resource is good for everybody, and it's going to stay in the future and only grow. So don't forget that, and don't limit yourself for that.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
tell me about Mopsychos. That's also a really good and a program that you have going.
Yeah. So Mopsychos is our tool to track the progress of cultural brokers in the region, not only in Boulder County, but looking at indicators such as um, the recruitment, retention, and rewarding. So what are the incentives? How are they being treated in their works of place? Uh, how are they being connected? What are the things that they are looking at and what are the identified needs? Have they changed or not? So we're looking at how cultural brokers are being embedded and institutionalized in the region. We did a an initial summary of everything that we saw. And it was about 14 pages of great information. So we're looking to expand it, looking at it from different perspective, putting more hard data on it, and make it a recurrent indicator on how cultural brokers are doing in our region.
Very nice, very nice. So it's the numbers behind the effort, and it's always good to have, as they say, a goal is only good if it's attainable, achievable, and then you can count it, so you know when you get there. And that's a beautiful thing. So tell me about your Cafecito Cultural.
So Cafecito Cultural is a program that we want to reactivate in the next coming months, and is a network of professional support for cultural brokers within Boulder County and outside Boulder County as well. This is sort of like that meeting place. As you can see, SUMA is an all-encompassing circle where we want to connect cultural brokers and communities to resources. But when we focus a little bit more, that network is Cafecito Cultural. We want to provide resources, spaces for cultural brokers to be able to do referrals, to access other resources to help their work, and not just feel that overall sense of isolation that have been expressed, but to be in community, in a professional community that can help each other to thrive and celebrate the collective work of cultural brokers.
Excellent. Thank you, Guillermo. That's awesome. So with that, I think we can conclude our chat today. I'm going to throw a surprise question at you. So Guillermo, tell me, what is your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure. I think my guilty pleasure is cooking. I love Italian cuisine and obviously Puerto Rican cuisine. So I do a lot of cooking in my free time and experiment with recipes, and so far no one has complained. So we're good.
That's good to know. So I look forward to trying your tostones. Those are definitely one of my favorite Puerto Rican foods.
Definitely.
All right. Well, thank you very much for this time. And just so you know, oh, by the way, tell us how can we get a hold of you, and where, and when, and phone number, and all those good things.
Yes. So right now we're focusing on the Facebook page. You can look us up as Boulder County SUMA, and you can see this logo behind me, where we are sharing all the information we find out there for official sources, Boulder County sources, cities, and other resources that are helpful for the community. While we keep perfecting the resource guide, we have a prototype in the bocosuma.com page. So you can go again to bocosuma.com, and that's where we have that resource catalog. It is a living document, so it keeps on changing. I highly encourage you to look at it at least once or twice a week. Look at what are the resources that have been put out there, but also contact us if there's a resource that you're not seeing. We might be having it in the queue to put it later on, but we definitely will help you give that. We'll give that extra mile to give that resource to you. So you can contact us specifically at info@thebouldercountysuma.com, or you can call the program number, which is 303-957-6505.
Excellent. Sounds good, Guillermo. So just in case, we're going to put all this information down here under the description. We'll have, email, phone numbers, and web addresses for you to look at, and the Facebook page. So with this time, thank you so much, Guillermo, for your time. And until next time.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.